Hello friends, welcome back to my channel with another movie recap video. Today I am going to recap one of the most exciting movie named All Quiet on the Western Front. So let's get started. The movie starts in Germany, 1917, during First World War. In the trenches, German soldiers are preparing for their next attack amidst a field of dead bodies. One young soldier, Heinrich Gerber, is forced into action and charges in head-on, killing an enemy soldier before meeting his own demise. Later, the soldiers' bodies are recovered, their tags broken, and their uniforms washed for future soldiers to use. The country is at war for 3 years. Paul Baumer, a 17-year-old, joins his friends Albert Kropp, Franz Müller, and Ludwig Bem to enlist in the German army. Their principal gives an inspiring speech, urging them to fight for their country and become heroes. They get their uniforms and guns, and Paul receives Heinrich's old uniform. The men enter Paris, where they find some already injured. The French initiate a gas attack and the soldiers put on masks. In the trenches, Paul meets Kat and Jaden. While keeping watch, a bullet hits Paul's helmet. The French begin firing, forcing the Germans to hide in a bunker. The attacks intensify, causing the bunker to collapse and trapping and killing some soldiers. Paul is rescued from the bunker in the morning and helps to recover tags from deceased soldiers. Sadly, he discovers Ludwig's corpse, missing an eye and a leg, and takes a moment to mourn his friend. 18 months after many soldiers' losses, German official Matthias Erzberger negotiates an armistice with the Allied powers, meeting with the Supreme Army Command. In Champagne, France, Paul and Kat steal a goose from a farm and share it with Albert, Franz, and Jaden. They cook and enjoy it together while singing. Later, Franz gets friendly with a French woman and goes off with her, returning with her scarf, which the men take turns sniffing. The men get letters from their loved ones, and Kat, who can't read, asks Paul to read his wife's letter. Paul finds out that Kat and his wife lost their son. Kat tells Paul that he doesn't think he can adjust to civilian life. Later, they go to recover missing recruits, and Kat figures out that they died because they removed their gas masks too soon. Erzberger heads to Compiègne Forest to negotiate a ceasefire with the Allies. General Friedrichs resists and expects new recruits soon, thinking the French are seeking unfair terms. Erzberger meets General Foch, who sets a 72-hour ultimatum for the Germans to accept non-negotiable ceasefire conditions. Paul and his unit are roused in the night for a French assault. The attack begins at dawn, and Paul enters the French trenches, killing some soldiers. Tanks arrive, and Albert surrenders but is burned and shot. Paul is traumatized by what he sees and spends time with a dying French soldier, begging for forgiveness after finding a photo of his family. After Kaiser Wilhelm II steps down, Erzberger follows orders from Paul von Hindenburg to accept the Allied terms. The soldiers hear about the war's imminent end and rejoice. Paul visits the field hospital where Jaden, now paralyzed, is receiving treatment. When Paul and Kat try to feed Jaden, he kills himself by stabbing his throat with a fork, despite their efforts to save him. Erzberger and his men meet Foch again, but he refuses to compromise. Germans sign ceasefire. News reaches soldiers. Paul and Kat steal another goose, but are caught by Farmer. They split up and Kat is fatally shot by Farmer's son. Paul carries him to hospital, but he's already dead. Friedrichs gathers soldiers and orders an attack at 10:45 to end the war on a high note. Paul joins the battle, kills several soldiers, but is eventually impaled with a bayonet by a French soldier. The war ends as the clock strikes 11 o'clock, and Paul dies moments after walking outside. The remaining German recruits gather the tags of their fallen comrades. One recruit that Paul had saved earlier finds his body, holding the scarf that Franz had been given. This was end of the movie. Hope you enjoy the video well. Then click on the hit button and never forget to subscribe for more interesting movie recap videos. See you soon on the next upcoming videos. That's all for today. Take care, bye.